Welcome to Talkin Baloney.
Calvin Cocoa Pop.
This is Boochie.
Oh, God.
What's going on?
No script allowed.
What are you, some kind of bot? Come on, people.
Oh, yeah. Pickle, you gotta give him a pickle, right?
I want to be a movie star.
Wow, that sounds so interesting.
Fresh and quick.
Pudgy, pizza.
Part of the Baloney Nation.
Jim Deezy.
You guys still there?
Hey,
go.
What's going on?
Hi.
Welcome to Talkin Baloney, and with us today, Jim, Deezy, the big guy, and Melly Mels.
Yep. She's on here today, folks, because apparently there hasn't been enough pickle on the show.
Wow.
Wow. Yes, wow. But there was rumor going around from Baloney Nation that you guys had banned me after my hostile takeover of the Donnie show. So,
well,
you know.
No.
Clearly, that has nothing to do with any of that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good that you're clearing it up.
It's the law of supply and demand. Like, if you're on every week, like, the demand will linger. But if we, we hold you back and bring you on special occasions, then it's a big deal. You know, we really maximize the viewership.
Okay.
We're merely presenting you as our star, so to speak.
Okay.
You know, you're like a wrestling pay-per-view just once a month.
So I'm a bigger star than you are? Is that what you're saying?
Let's not get a big head about things, okay? Let's just...
I did go back and look at the view counts on YouTube, and I do have to say that the episodes that I was on far maximized most of your other episodes, just so you guys know. In case you haven't noticed.
You know what? See, I'm already like, yeah. You know, they come on the show, they start throwing daggers. But I mean, all that is true.
Just stating fact.
So, Melly Mels, we thought today, since you're here with us, we could address some of the things that have happened since the last time you were here.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, one of the big things was we did Sitcom Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim, in particular, loves Seinfeld more than The Office.
Okay, see, that I don't believe to be true.
Now, listen, I discussed that I love The Office, but for a stability of the show, we had to go with Seinfeld.
Listen, okay, it wouldn't have been as bad if you had started with, I should say, if you didn't start with, oh, no way, hands down, The Office. No discussion necessary. And then you reverse course after Joe said whatever he was going to say about Seinfeld. I think he got pressured. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I think what you're missing is we were alluding to the Seinfeld show the entire time, that there's staying power to certain shows. And basically, this is what happens when you don't listen to all of the episodes.
Oh, I listened to all the episode.
Maybe not as clear as some think.
I think I told you I was disowning you. Oh, and then I was going to start a rival podcast, and we were going to talk about The Office, and then...
Yeah.
I think
thankfully, there's 100 podcasts about The Office out there.
So, Melly Mels, what we had criticism of The Office. What do you think of the criticism we had about how the show wasn't as good after Michael Scott left and stuff like that?
I think that it definitely, from when Michael Scott left, I think it left a kind of a hole, and they were looking for, try to figure out how to do that and make it, I don't know how you want to say this, but like just to get that spark back almost. So I do think that there was a little bit of a downfall with Michael Scott, but when we talk about staying power and longevity, like The Office is one of the most streamed shows ever on Netflix. So if you get
Well, look at that. Just like that. Don't know where you went. Look at that. Almost like somebody flipped the switch.
I feel like she's speechless and she has no actual way to prove The Office was better than Seinfeld. I mean, look, she can't say anything. You know?
Mel, tell us what you think. What was that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Okay, so what you're saying right now is you agree with us, Seinfeld. Okay, don't blink if you agree with us. The Seinfeld had more staying power. Okay, see, there it is, folks.
I think it's official.
It's official. It's official.
Well, I want to thank Melly Mels for coming on the show and getting to the bottom of
that. Mel, do you have anything else you'd like to say? No? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for coming. Yep. And maybe we'll just, folks, that is what the face of defeat looks like right there. Oh, and I just got a text that said, my laptop turned off. Give me a sec.
Oh, likely story.
Yep. Unprepared.
How many times have you used that excuse, Jim?
Never heard me say my laptop turned off. Nope, not on this show. Yep. Okay. So Melly Mels, if you love this podcast, correct? Don't blink. Don't blink if you absolutely love the podcast. You think everything we say is true. Don't blink. There it is, folks.
Yep.
There it is.
It's official.
Due to some technical difficulties on Melly Mel's part and the Blockhead Nation, she'll be back with us in a few moments.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll have actual content on the show.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hey.
Oh, hey. Melly Mels, you're a lot more talkative right now, it looks like.
Yeah.
A little technical difficulty.
It's okay, Melly Mels. I mean, you are in an IT field. Sometimes we should be more prepared.
Wow.
So anyway, back to what we were talking about, how much you loved Seinfeld.
No.
Well, that's how you just said.
Oh, you guys put words in my mouth?
No, not really.
Oh.
Well, we'll move on.
Okay.
Now that you've cleared the air over The Office, we'll move on.
Okay, and I do have to say that there are a couple people that I have spoken with that felt the same way, James, that you caved like a cheap deck of cards. So, if you're going to be peer pressured.
I will say this. Rolling Stone, one of the nation's leading pop culture magazines.
Interesting. I just read this article.
Yeah, they did a top 100 sitcoms of all time, and they had The Office at 22.
Wow.
And Seinfeld was number 2. They had Cheers number 1.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're so far out of left field by picking Seinfeld. And, we did then pick The Office as the number 2 show of all time. You could give us credit for that.
And Joe, that would be fine if you felt strongly convicted about The Office being number 2 and Seinfeld being number 1. But Jim Deezy over here, the problem is with his integrity, because he got peer pressured into it. So if he really felt like Seinfeld was number 1, that would have been fine. But my personal opinion is, in the 30-some years that I've known him, that The Office was his number 1 choice, but he caved to peer pressure. So,
now, I said, if you were listening, The Office was a great show. It was my pick. But based off staying power and longevity, it was Seinfeld.
Listen, but staying power is Seinfeld, the number 1 streamed show on Netflix. James?
Yeah, but we were saying how Seinfeld has been one of the top shows in syndication since the 1990s. And The Office actually never did anything in syndication. It kind of...
Thank you.
The reason it did so well on Netflix is because people didn't watch the reruns on TBS or Comedy Central or any of the stations that tried to show it.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of variables that go into picking things for the show.
And, you know, we were trying to pick the number one show, not just that we like, but like we were really trying to, let's say this is the best show of all time.
Okay, again, like I said, if that was your opinion and you thought that to start with, then that's fine. But somebody did not feel that was the opinion, and then they caved.
See, folks, what we're hearing here is it sounds like she's trying to make the opinion for me. So
No, that's not
true.
it.
Yeah.
That was not it.
Maybe we can have our resident fact checker check that statement out. Aunt Paula, when you hear this, get your homework done.
Well, Melly Mels, how about if you give us your top 20 shows of all time right now?
My top 20 shows?
Go.
I'd have to write them down, guys. This is
all right.
Oh,
Sorry.
come on.
I'll do top
Come
5.
on. All right, top 5.
Top 5.
Top
Okay,
5.
let's start with number 5, Friends. Number 4, Cheers. Number 3, Urkel. What's the show that you guys didn't like, Urkel?
Family Matters.
What was that? Family Matters. By the way, Urkel is really hot without his glasses on. I had kind of a crush on him. I really like that show.
See, folks, she just lost all credibility with that last statement that was just made. Matter of fact, we need to start drug testing our people before they come on the show.
Julia White, I think that's his name. He was really hot. Anyway, when he took off his Urkel glasses.
All right, number 2.
Oh gosh, see now I'm okay. I'm thinking. Oh, Growing Pains with Kirk Cameron, and number 1 would be The Office.
Okay. Not a lot of staying power to some of those shows that are on there.
No, but they were Joe said my favorite, so that was what I chose.
All right.
Family Matters you liked more than Friends.
See, now I think I don't need to trade those up. See, I should have written it
No,
down.
you might be caving to pressure here. We don't want that on this show.
Whatever. Just take it as is.
All right.
I thought that Julia White was hotter than the Friends.
All right. Well, there you go. All right. Let's move on. It's time to move on. Next topic.
We have a question from Baloney Nation. And remember, of course, if you want to reach us, it's 585-484-1770. We have a question from Melly Mels. This question is for Melly Mels. Have you heard the re-recorded song from Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now? What did you think of it?
I did hear it. I did watch the YouTube video too. She actually sang that in concert at the New Kids on the Block concert. So I liked it.
All right.
That's
Can you help explain what the question was?
Yeah, so Tiffany re-recorded I Think We're Alone Now from when she sang it before. She was very young, and so she just recorded it recently again.
Okay.
It was like 2019.
She took the song she did in the 80s and did a new version? Was it different?
No, she just re-recorded it.
Okay.
With her adult voice, essentially.
All right. So I didn't understand the question because that song was originally done by a different artist and she was doing like a cover of it. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah, so she redid the cover, I guess you could say. My mom used to sing the song because somebody else sang it originally in my mom's age group or whatever when she was a teenager.
Yeah. That's gotta be a treat.
Haji's Pizza. Get perfect pizza from Haji's.
Just to give a sample of the singing voice that we're talking about.
There it is.
Moving along, we have another question. This is, I guess it's for Jim Deezy. Does Jim like monkey movies? I think you should do an episode on movies with orangutans in them. Like Going Ape with Tony Danza and Danny DeVito, or Going Bananas with Dom DeLuise. You could rename your show Talking Bananas.
Yeah. No. Never will we do a show about bananas or orangutans.
Do you like any of those movies, though?
No.
You didn't like the Clint Eastwood movies where he like drove a truck and he had like an orangutan?
It was all right, but it's not something that I would just stop the world to do. You know, probably my only favorite monkey movie out there would be Project X with Matthew Broderick.
Oh, a classic.
Classic.
What was this?
And if we're getting the bigger monkeys, I would say King Kong. The original, though.
Oh, the 1939 original?
Nah, let's go a little bit past the black and white one.
The 1976 remake.
Jessica Lange.
Yes.
That one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All the other ones have been crap.
What about you, Melly Mels? Do you like the movies that have the orangutans?
Not really.
No?
I mean, they're okay. I just haven't ever really been into them.
Either of you watch BJ and the Bear?
No.
No. BJ and who?
Do you remember? We were very young, but I have older siblings, so this stuff maybe hit me more. But there was a thing in the late 70s, early 80s with trucking. There were a lot of movies about trucks. You had a movie called Convoy. You had Smokey and the Bear with, and then there was a TV show called BJ and the Bear, which was.
I feel like maybe my parents watched that or something. It's very deep in my brain.
Yeah, we would have been probably 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really allowed to watch TV at that age.
Oh, you were watching the Waltons and you know it.
I was going to say.
Waltons, Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah.
Yeah, My Three Sons.
All right, the next question is actually a pretty good one. Have you seen the movie Teachers? Now, we talked a lot about the 80s, and this is a movie we've never once mentioned.
Who's the star in it?
Well, it stars Nick Nolte and Jo Beth Williams, but it also features Ralph Macchio. It was 1984. It had a top soundtrack with 38 Special and Bob Seger.
Well, at that time, I was 10 years old, and I still would have had the yellow earmuff headphones. So, probably not.
Okay.
I don't think I saw it either.
Now, I do think we did get we got Walkmans, what, Joe, when we were in, like, 6th grade? I think we got Walkmans with the cassette player.
Yeah, I want to say around 86, 87. Maybe.
Yeah, so I probably wouldn't have had the soundtrack bumping just yet.
All right. Next up, we have a lightning round.
Oh, here we go.
Jim and Mel both give answers for this.
Okay. Let's get
lightning round number 1. Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew?
Dr. Pepper.
Are we supposed to answer at the same time?
Oh, you can, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Godzilla or King Kong?
King Kong.
I don't know the difference between the two. I guess King Kong is more.
One's a monkey and one's a big lizard.
Okay. Number 3. Big Mac or Whopper?
Oh, Whopper.
Ooh, I'm going to say Big Mac.
What?
There we go. Number 4, Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel?
Peter Gabriel.
I'm going to say Peter Gabriel, too.
Really? No love
Yep.
for Phil. And number 5,
Love
the
Phil.
last one. Clue or Monopoly?
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Yeah. I don't think too many people actually played Clue that I knew.
Hmm.
Monopoly, you play for 7 hours a night. It's
Yeah. And it can get pretty violent, especially in our family.
So looking
By the
back at
time
those
tonight-
questions, what happened there with Godzilla? Mel, you don't know Godzilla?
No, I don't think I've ever watched. I don't think I've ever watched it.
You have watched Godzilla. You have seen it before.
Are you
You
sure?
probably fell asleep watching it, but it was, there was one with Matthew Broderick we watched where Godzilla hatches his little babies at the Madison Square Garden in New York City.
I don't know.
There's been
I
like
feel incredible.
there's been like 3 Godzilla movies in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
It's not. I think you've seen it, but I don't think you've ever really got into it.
Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of TV, so I feel a little inept sometimes with you guys knowing all your stuff.
Wow.
Well, we don't watch a lot of TV either. We just do a lot of research.
You do not. You watch TV constantly.
What? Is that true, Jim Deezy?
No, it's not true.
It's not true?
I don't think I watch a lot of TV.
Well,
I did when I was growing up.
You do work like a gazillion hours, but when you come home, you usually watch TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe a couple hours here or there.
I don't watch TV really at all, to be honest.
Yeah,
Only sometimes.
I can tell you one of Melly Mels' favorite shows,
Oh, what's that?
Sister Wives.
It is, yes. I have a few shows that are my guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
One is Sister Wives.
Tell me
And
about it, 'cause I
TLC.
don't know what that is.
Oh, it's definitely intense.
Yeah. So I feel like they've been on for like 9 seasons. It's about this polygamous family that were from Utah. It's a husband, his name is Cody, and then he's got 3 wives. And at the beginning of the show, because they were the first like polygamous family to go public and to be on TV. They were like looking at them to charge them with polygamy. So they moved to Las Vegas, and then it was in Las Vegas. They were in Las Vegas for a while, and now they're in Flagstaff. But it's about a normal family. There's just 3 wives and like 19 kids. And 1 husband.
It's about a normal family with 3 wives and 19 kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting back to the lightning round, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is something that you guys definitely share a likeness for.
We
And
do.
there goes Jim.
Oh,
Hey, am I still here?
you blinked off for a minute.
Hey. All right. I'm back again. Yeah, Dr. Pepper is definitely, I don't drink a lot of soda anymore, but Dr. Pepper's, when I did drink soda, would be my choice over just about any of them, except Cherry Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
Aha.
Yeah.
Which is a
We both-
similar taste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind
Yep, very close, but Cherry Pepsi I hold near and dear.
of.
I actually
No.
met Melly Mels with a Cherry Pepsi and a Slim Jim every day and a pack of Big Red.
Mhm.
And when you guys got married, everyone who attended the wedding got Cherry Pepsi, Slim Jims, and a pack of Big Red.
Yes. That was during the time when James and I first started hanging out. I would use him for his car. No, I'm just kidding. He would always buy me stuff, and we would
It's true,
go
folks.
during
I
study
was
hall.
used.
No, you
Yep,
weren't.
it's true.
We would go during study hall, and we would get that.
Yep. We were supposed to be at school, but she led me astray.
Oh, we were allowed to leave. And then this one time, it was kind of funny. I had a car then, and my ex-boyfriend was stalking us, and we were like ducking down inside of my car.
Oh yeah,
You remember that?
down inside the car.
No.
You know.
Yeah, this is a PG-rated show, Melly Mels. Keep it clean.
So I want you guys to duke it out right now because we got to get to the bottom of this Big Mac versus Whopper situation. This is a house divided. You can't even be in the same room right now.
Well, we're not. But honestly, I don't have strong feelings for either one because I don't eat red meat. So I chose Big Mac because I think it's more popular than Whopper. That's why I chose it.
But
Wait,
they have
wait a minute.
they have a veggie Whopper option.
I know they do. What? James John, what were you gonna say?
You don't even eat the Big Mac.
I know I don't, but it was more popular, so that's why.
How can you pick the Big Mac if you don't eat the Big Mac?
Because it's more popular.
I
Because it's
see.
perceived to be more popular. I don't really have strong feelings either way. I mean, I could go towards the Whopper, but
Okay,
I don't
folks.
know. I
There it is.
don't eat it. I don't know what it tastes like. I've never had one before.
See, and
Well,
I
it's
stray
never
away.
been tried.
I stray away from the Big Mac because it has all that crap dressing on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is special sauce, baby.
Honestly, I've only had a Big Mac in my entire life. I had a quarter of a Big Mac one time,
Really?
and I don't like Thousand Island dressing.
Man, we have learned so much in this one little segment,
Yeah.
and I am shocked. Jim, you guys
But
start
you-
eating more Big Macs.
You give me a Whopper, extra pickles, extra ketchup, no onion. I'm good for the day.
See, I didn't know that either. I didn't know that you preferred the Whopper over the Big Mac.
Yeah. I have never ordered a Big Mac in my entire life except one time, and I did not
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
Now, Mel, would you try the Impossible Whopper at Burger King? That's the veggie option.
Yeah, I know they have it. I don't think so because I don't like the taste of meat, so the red meat. So I don't think I would want to try it. Elisha tried it. He liked it.
Okay. E-dubs with the shout out.
Yep.
Yeah. And give him some hot wings. We won't see him for a week.
He was such a trooper that day. That was so fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We could start
This
doing that
is
again.
we're almost to that time where we can travel again and
Mhm.
Yeah.
enjoy some donuts and waffles and hot wings.
Sounds good.
Usually at this time of the show, we do what we're watching this week, but Mel, you've already said you don't watch TV.
Yeah,
Is
that
there
much.
anything you've streamed or done anything?
Yeah, actually, I just streamed the new season of The Masked Singer.
Okay. That's a show on Fox.
So Donnie was on it.
Oh, of course.
Oh, so he was revealed as one of the animals or whatever?
He was
And then-
Cloodly Doo or something. He was a chicken. I haven't gotten to the part where they revealed him yet. I'm still busy streaming, but I have been
Okay.
watching that.
So you like it?
Yeah, it's all right. It's kind of fun because you don't never know who's in the costume. So, like so far in the season, Caitlyn Jenner was on it. Oh gosh, there's a guy that's really popular in movies, and I can't remember what his name is. So there's just I was really looking forward to seeing Donnie. I just haven't gotten there yet. I was watching it through.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was you heard that he was on the show and then you went back to watch it.
Yeah.
It's not a show you normally watch.
I've watched it occasionally, but not a lot.
Okay. Jim, anything you've watched?
I've been working a ton of hours and I haven't really watched much of anything, despite the
No.
rumor out there.
Oh no!
I have gone back to watch some ghost shows. That's pretty much about it. I did catch up on some of the older ghost shows. Going back and watch some of the older seasons of Ghost Adventures. But that was pretty much been about it. I caught a little bit of wrestling, and I haven't had a chance to watch too much of anything, despite the rumors.
All right. I didn't watch a lot this week either. I was working a lot, but I did watch the new movie on Netflix yesterday, Army of the Dead, a zombie.
I'm going to watch it tonight
with Batista. The Beast.
Dave Batista. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah. It's kind of long. It's like 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So be prepared for some dull moments. But if you love blood and gore, ooh, wow.
Love it.
Jim loves it so much he left right now to go watch. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right.
I'll watch it tonight.
And listen, that's pretty much the episode for this week. We're kind of a quick episode.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Melly Mels is here, and we got a format, and we're rolling through the show. And
wait, were we going to talk about my social media stalkers?
Oh yes, we forgot about that.
I didn't know about this. What's going on?
I thought you did, Joe. So my my social media. So I had a question for Baloney Nation too, for people to write in and give me their opinions. So back about, and I didn't write in. I was going to and have you guys ask the question, but since I'm here, I'll ask it myself. Probably about 2 months ago. Okay, I started posting. Was it two or 3 months ago? I started posting every day posts across Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook of just gratitude messages, like something each day that I was grateful for, just to kind of help, brighten my funk that I have been in. So I have been doing that. And one day I took the kids out to lunch, and it was Ab, which I can't remember what her radio name was, and E-Dubs and his girlfriend. But they were adamant that I was going to get memed because my posts were like a 40-year-old woman, which I said they are like a 40-something-year-old woman. And so they advised me to make my accounts private. So I caved to their whims and did so. But there were some posts that we had done for the show and stuff that I had public for shared, and especially the Donnie one, because I was trying to get everybody to vote with me. So I had some people, I think I'm up to like 3 or 4 guys that had their friend requesting me and posting on my public page. So on the Talkin Baloney one about Donnie, you'll see that that there was a gentleman that wrote a comment on my post about how beautiful I was, and he wanted to get to know me. And then I had that same person had gone into every single one of my public posts and liked all my pictures.
Interesting.
So but my question is, so we were kind of joking about that, but my question is, like, what does Baloney Nation think? Should I open up my social media accounts again? Should I leave them?
As your husband, I would say, hey, whatever works for ratings, I'm down for.
Yeah. It sounds like you've got fans, which, happens when you do a podcast. You start to get a following. And it's probably only fair to be open, in public with your growing audience.
Apparently.
Plus, you should tell them to buy merchandise at our website.
And there you go. That's going to lead into, if he really wants to get to know you, He'll buy a shirt. You can tell him you already wore the shirt, so it's got your smell on it. And then he could be like the guy from Silence of the Lambs in front of his mirror every night, wearing your Talkin Baloney shirt that you wore.
That's weird.
What has happened to the show?
Right to the gutter. I'm all for. Listen, if you want to build your social media footprint, that's fine. But we will monitor the situation.
Yeah, it was a little freaky, I'll tell you. I've never had people do that before, but apparently they got to my account through the Talkin Baloney post about Donnie, and then went from there and liked all my pictures.
Yeah, stalker status. I like it.
Wow.
I mean, there's drive there. You know, I mean, it's not just some lazy stalker. This guy's actually putting in some work.
Yeah. I mean,
he's got game.
He might have a little bit of game.
I'm feeling inclined because I think it does go along with our following and like to have people, follow those accounts. So I wasn't really sure if I should close them or make them private anyway. Especially when I couldn't post to Donnie when his mom died to tell him that I was feeling bad for him because my account was private and we weren't friends. So,
well, what you could do, like what a lot of celebrities do, is you have a celebrity page on Facebook and on social media, and then you have a private personal page with your photos and stuff you don't want creepy stalkers to see.
That actually probably is a good idea. I did make a Melly Mels Talkin Baloney TikTok. I'm trying to decide when I'm going to post to it.
Okay. Well, let us know when
Stalker
you post.
pages.
We will share those.
Yeah. Screenshots of your stalkers.
Is that what we're going to put on my TikTok?
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my question for Baloney Nation and for you guys. Just about.
I say open it up. Open it up to the masses. Let's see where it goes.
I'm gonna need some advice on how to create the celebrity page, how to get verified, for my celebrity status, and
yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Unfortunately, they're not verifying anyone right now, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So thanks, Melly Mels, for being on. It was a great show.
Thank you.
We learned
great
way
having
too much today.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. Listen, James John, if you really feel that Seinfeld is number one,
my gosh, you folks, this is what it's like. Can't let stuff go.
I feel like you're harboring resentment.
It's like I can't. What? Oh, I must have connected to another Bluetooth.
I still adore you. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I completely lost everybody on the microphones.
And a programming note, we are going to be off for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
We will be back in three weekends, let's say.
3 weekends, folks. Hey, you'll be looking forward. The show, when we come back, it'll be a blast. We might even be live in the studio.
Yeah, we might be in person with a new set.
What?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, when you're global, you gotta have a set that gets to the masses.
Yeah, stalkers, they love new sets. It's one of the things they always mention.
Maybe we can get one of them on the show.
Hey, they can call in. You can leave a voicemail.
Yep.
If you're stalking Melly Mels, call us at 585-484-1770.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right.
Well, listen, everybody.
Guys.
Have a great week.
Nice to see you, Joe.
Be safe. Wash your hands. And stay clean.
Stay clean. Stay clean, everybody.
Stay clean. Roar.